So what we're going to work on today is the air conditioning lines. Since this Suburban has rear AC, I think I mentioned that a million times. Yeah, it's got rear air conditioning evaporator, so I'm going to run new lines. I got the old hard lines, like they're like, see down here, big lines there. And this came up into the engine bay. Yeah, got those out, and oh Jesus, man. This, and then it came up and went up to the evaporator. I'm gonna try to cut these ends off here and reuse them if I can clean them well enough, because they have like a good special curve bin that goes to the evaporator. And what the fuck is that thing called? Not an orifice tube. Oh, whatever. Anyway, guess I need to grab the rest of the hose and run it up here. It's 5/8 lines, very stiff, but yep, it's what we got to use. And then it needs to go up there. I got a crimper so I can reuse those stock fittings that go up there, but some of the fittings I'm going to be using are barbed fittings, so I'll just use the hose clamps with them, whatever. It's worked fine on the Power Wagon for the last year, so probably be alright. I got one of them ran up. Yep, there you go. That's the old liquid line. That goes, you know, to your condenser here. I cleaned this line out pretty good. I could have bought another one, but I've got enough money spent on this fucking thing already. I'm gonna crawl under there. Actually, I need to grab that 5/8 hose and then tape up the end of it so dirt doesn't get up in there. Then I'll feed it up in there, and then we'll put an end on it. We'll have to get creative. That's what we'll have to do. Okay, all right. Just keep on trying. I'll show you how I'm hooking it all up and everything. It's got to come back through this hole here. So the fitting that they went through, that like bulkhead connector, I guess is what it'd be. I don't know if I can reuse it because it's kind of janked. Yeah. Yep. Let me get rigged up, and then we'll get to crawling around under there and running some air conditioning lines. Yeah. All right, so what we got to do is kind of see where we're gonna come out of the compressor at. So this is a, you know, I just cut the ferrule off of one of the factory lines from the donor vehicle, so I could reuse this piece here if I can get that to thread in there. Shoot. So we only need a little bit of line to go to the one down there, so because we're gonna have a T, it comes up over here and goes up to our dryer. I know it's kind of not ideal for it to be this close to the exhaust, but we can put some heat wrap or something around it. We'll have a T, it'll come up and go over to there, and we'll just have a 90 coming off of that. Okay, so we'll have a 90 coming there. I'm gonna put a new dryer on. I've got a new one. I just don't want to open it up to the elements yet. And then we'll have a piece of hose, and it comes over to there. Might kind of be in the way of our high side fitting, but that's just the way it goes. Not much I can do about that. Let me get my marker here. We'll just kind of mark that, because this had a hard line for the original stuff, but it was not in, I can't get the thing clean enough that I feel comfortable to use it. I don't want to put a bunch of trash into our new AC system here, so I'm trying my best to clean some of the other stuff, but that one I don't know. And it's a weird size. It's like a in between, a reduced barrier is what it's called. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to find the right fittings and stuff for it, so I said screw it, we're just gonna put rubber on there. I'm gonna get my hose cutter, and we'll just kind of here, there, everywhere. Put this T on here. Alright, got those two there. That might be enough. I doubt it, but you never know. Yeah, of course it's gonna be just shy. That's all right. We'll cut some off of the new line back there, the new hose. You ever just have those weeks where you're just not into it, man? Tired of cutting your hands on everything and busting your knuckles? Just sometimes you have those days, weeks, months, years, whatever. You can always kind of bend this guy out a little bit just to kind of get you where you want to go. It needs to be, you know, level, but you can kind of fool with it a little bit. Right there is where we want to cut it. This stuff is very stiff. And then we'll, you know, kind of point it toward the, away from the exhaust. That should be mighty fine. I did the same kind of thing on this one here. Reuse the factory connection to the compressor there. And I just crimped a piece onto another piece, and this is a piece from the old line. I'm gonna pull these off, and I need to mark them so they are in the orientation that I want them to be. Be a good idea, wouldn't it? You want them to point the directions you want them to point, because this is some stiff hose, so it, you know, kind of want it where you want it. Doesn't necessarily have to be exact, just kind of close enough. My knockoff crimping tool, so we'll see how well it does on these big turds. Just some days it feels like everything is sharp on everything on these damn things. Like they don't deburr anything. They don't care about the people working on them, I can tell you that. I'll get the crimping tool set up and everything, and then we'll start crimping these, and I'll show you how the knockoff crimping tool works. Done one crimp with it so far. It turned out okay, I guess. I wasn't real thrilled with it, but we'll see how larger ones go. Just put the die in the deal. Put the die in the thing. Just go in the thing. Okay, you can go in there now. Wow. You'll be smarter than the tool you're working with, I guess. I wish this was clocked differently. It just threads into a weird place, I guess you'd say. This is the number 12. Why is the no going? Unless it's labeled wrong. Wouldn't surprise me. You know. Let's see. No, it's smaller. Like, not as tall, so maybe it's right. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is it. Well, that's a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, helps if you have it released all the way. What an idiot. So release the pressure on it so it'll actually, you know, kind of like a jack. It's hydraulic, so gotta back it off. You want to put it in the center. And it's a hand crank. So, yeah, what the hell, the top one isn't even closing yet. That's not right. Something's real not right, I think. Before I ruin that ferrule and have to put another one on there, let's just look at this. It's like these things are, it's like not pushing these right or something. That's what happens when you buy the cheapest crap. Alright, now the top one's moving, and the bottom one. Whatever, the ones that are here and here, they're moving now. I don't know. We'll see. Whenever we, you know, get all the lines hooked up, I'm gonna do fill the system up with nitrogen, and I'll be able to pressure test everything. So hopefully no leaks. That would be the ideal thing. I guess it's done. Didn't look terrible. It isn't twisting, so that's always a plus. I don't know, we'll do another one, see what happens, alright? I wish I'd have got the one that was a manual one that had a wrench. You just tighten the wrench down. This is what I got, so this is what we're gonna use. They didn't have those ones in stock when I bought this. So. That's the way she goes. And I don't like the way that's looking, but this is not the high pressure side, so it might be all right. It's looking real pinchy, and it pushed it back. It's still fine. It's like not squared up. That's nice. Cool, cool. Wonder if you can do it twice. Crimp it again. We'll try. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me crimp all these. Just wanted you to see me struggle for a minute, and then I'm gonna get to crimping the rest of them. I don't know if that did anything except for make it even more ugly. So. It didn't twisting, so I guess that's a plus. We'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of these done, and then we'll get back to where we were earlier, under the hood of the bird. All right, got the line in place, crimped on, got the new line coming up, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it will work. It's like grab a light. And run the battery down. Come on, give me the light. Okay. Yeah, just ran it up the way it was run before. Up the fender well, next to the full line. So that's easy enough. Now we gotta do it the rest of the way down the chassis. Up over the wheel well. Inside the wheel well there is where it was, so we'll try to keep it away from the tire. It was like up here in that area before. You see where there was a bracket, so. Oh, watch out. I bought all this AC hose on eBay. Like 20 and 25 foot pieces. So it was, I don't know, just like from individuals, I guess. But it was pretty fair prices, so I couldn't complain too much. Do I have the end blocked off on this one? No, I should probably tape that closed then. Let me get some tape real quick. Keep the dirt out of that. Don't want to get dirt in our new AC lines. It gets expensive if you're just ruining your fuel lines. You know, we don't want to do that. Fuel lines, what the hell am I talking about? Air conditioning lines. It gets expensive if you ruin fuel lines as well. This stuff is like a freaking radiator hose, but thick. Like a double wall radiator hose or something, you know? Good grief. It's got a little more flex to it than a radiator hose, I guess. Not a lot. I'm gonna get some clamps and stuff like that. Try to get the line supported up there. Then I'll kind of show you how we're gonna get it up back into the back of the burb. So we'll be back, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna try to reuse this bulkhead connector. I'll clean it all up, but I gotta get the ferrules off, which is a real pain to do. I could use a, you know, a Dremel or angle grinder, but I really don't want to cut into the fitting, which is, it's real hard to do control with an angle grinder, you know. These steel ones are a little harder to cut than the aluminum ones. Dang. I'm not reusing this line anyway, so I might as well just cut it off and get it out of my damn way. That makes sense, right? I hope so. Yummy. Probably could have got away with not replacing this line. Oh, I definitely could have. Man, that's not that bad. It's the metal lines that is holding all the black crap, it seems like. This side is going to be the gross one, but I don't know. This is a freaking 38-year-old hose, whatever. Oh well. What can you do? What can you do? Hack it off and put another piece of hose on it. If anyone out there is watching this and they know a better way to do this, please let me know. Just the way she goes. There we go. Steel lines are not as easy to deal with as the aluminum one, that's for sure. Oh, well. That's what we got, so that's what we're gonna use. This is the drain line for the condensation drain. Looks like yummy. A little rusty. See if we can't clean it up. And we still got to cut the ends off of the other side too, so that's fun. About to aggravate the heck out of me. This is a freaking pain in the butt. Don't wish this on anybody, man. There. Sorry, turd. Well, this is some weird ass line. What is this? EPDM diddle-diddle-da? I don't know. Nylon? This is weird. Damn. I have to get creative with this one, huh? Don't tell them what kind of cancer this is probably gonna give me. I've never seen a damn AC line like that. That's a weird size. That's a real weird size freaking line. What is that about? It certainly seems smaller than 5/16, doesn't it? Oh, it is. What in the Sam hell is this all about? What the hell am I gonna do about that? That's really weird. I'm going to dig around in all my fittings and see if I got something that I can, you know, just run the line straight up through the bulkhead then. Doing a little field trip action today. Took the old power wagon, whatever you want to call it, swept line out here in Wills Point, Texas Square Bodies. It's getting some parts. You know, just random shit. I needed a new condenser or evaporator for the rear, and then Tony gave me these wood conversion consoles. So I got another grill because ours is all broken. Some mirrors for my aunt, then the evaporator, other little odds and ends. But yeah, he's got a lot of shit out here. So if you need any Squarebody parts, I'll put a link in the description for this little short video here for all the people that need Squarebody parts. Whew, it's nice and thick today, but this is just a little bit of what he's got. He's got a lot of Suburbans, which, you know, inevitably become parts vehicles. But yeah, like I said, he's on Facebook, so I'll put a link on there for his Facebook. He's on Instagram too, so put it there and y'all can hit him up if you need some parts. It's mostly for local people. I'm not sure if he ships anything, because I mean, I'm only like 45 minutes from him, so yeah, it's easy for me to just run over here and grab some stuff. Yeah, anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Probably have to come back out here for some more stuff eventually, as you know, it comes about and I need stuff. So anyway, all right, hot. I'm ready to get in the air conditioning. Luckily the power wagon has AC. So all right, got the air conditioning lines all ran and everything, filled it with nitrogen and pressure tested it. It held like 90 something pounds. So we are going to try to charge this son of a gun up. We're gonna pull it out of the shop for the first time, so that's pretty exciting. I need to let it get up temperature so I can check transmission fluid and everything, and then fill up the coolant, because you know how that goes, trying to bleed all the air out. But here's how I just did the lines up kind of like they were before. I hadn't buttoned it all up because I want to make sure there's no leaks or everything works before I put the cover back up in there. But in the meantime, we'll see if we can't get some Freon in there, get the engine up to operating temperature, and just see how it goes. I guess I should open the shop door. Oh, I can't wait to get this out of here for a few days so I can clean this son of a gun up. Fires up. It's got a lot of oil pressure, but I'm not sure if that's the gauge or, I mean, if it's because of the sending unit maybe, I don't know. Idling pretty low, but who knows what's, you know, may have a plug that's broken, plug wire that's messed up. Who knows? Bad coil, you know? Could be a multitude of things. So I'm gonna grab some Freon, hook that up and stuff. Y'all probably don't want to watch me charge the AC, but we'll be back once we get some temperature in it and everything, see how it's going. Got the, I don't know, kind of charged the air condition. It's kind of hard to do with these little tiny cans. It takes fucking forever. So that's where we're at there. But yeah, you know, rear evaporator is working. It's making all kinds of condensation, you know, as you can see here. So I need to definitely put the shroud back on. I need to, you know, tighten all this back, you know, secure it properly. And look at my drainage situation down here in the corner. You can't really see. What else do I need to do? I think the transmission fluid's good now. The coolant temperature sensor is throwing a code. So I'm thinking I may have to, remember when we wired this, we ran the wire this way and then ran one that way, yada, yada, yada. Like, I may need to flip-flop them. Which I wonder if I can just de-pin them and move them. Rather than trying to have to rewire all of it, you know. Need to put the hood on. Coolant fans come on, which it's like, well, how does it know to turn them? I mean, turns them on when the air conditioning's on, so I guess that's the reason why they're coming on. But they're coming on when the AC isn't on, so I don't understand why it's saying the coolant temperature sensor isn't functioning, because it sounds like the ECU knows what the temperature is. So I don't know, we'll dive into that further. We'll figure it out. One little milestone though, it actually moves under its own power, so it's a pretty good feeling to get that to happen. I don't know, I'm not a man of a lot of words sometimes. I don't know, I'm just tired. Been at it all day, just trying to button up a lot of odds and ends and stuff, and it doesn't make for good content or anything exciting to watch. So yeah, this is where we're at, and I don't know, we'll get back after it tomorrow. Maybe I can get a little more documented about, you know, trying to diagnose the coolant temperature sensor and stuff like that. And we'll hang the hood on, try to charge the air conditioner the rest of the way. I still got to do some stuff on the interior, so I need to put some new lights in the cluster. I need to put new turn signal switch in for the cruise control. Well, I think it's the windshield wipers mostly that gets all janky sometimes, so I need to do that. Ooh, that little fuse is hot. That little relay is hot. That one is too. Hope they're not too much for those. If they are, we'll go ahead and hook them up to like the headlamp one and the rear defrost one. Those are bigger, so probably do better. Yeah, the rear defrost is a 30 amp fuse. I left the wires in there just for that purpose, just in case it was too much for these little guys, which it probably is. Well, what can you do? Anyway, we'll cross those bridges when we get to them, or burn them, whatever. All right, anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, if you're not doing it twice, probably not doing it right.